Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in for our talk today. I'm Wendy Bohan from IRIS, and I'd like to thank my co-authors, Beth Bartell from Michigan Tech and Callan Bentley from Piedmont, Virginia Community College. We're going to talk to you today about video content production and dissemination during distance learning. So, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, education around the world changed drastically, as we're all aware. In the US, 93% of households with school age children reported some form of distance learning. Most of that was using online resources. Now, I'd like to argue that social media can actually be a really powerful way to disseminate scientific educational information to people. So, Facebook and YouTube continue to be the most widely used online platforms. And really importantly, internet users between the ages of 15 and 25, 81% of them use YouTube. So YouTube is really, it has a massive potential to be an online learning tool. It's the second most visited site worldwide. It has 2 billion monthly active users and 1 billion hours of YouTube are watched daily. Additionally, people are going to YouTube to find educational content, particularly during the pandemic. This is reflected in the metrics from the IRIS YouTube channel. Now, IRIS is the Incorporated Research Institutions for Seismology, and our YouTube channel has a lot of information, educational content about geology, geophysics, earthquakes, that kind of thing. So when online schooling started, we had a significant increase in the number of views to our educational content on our YouTube channel. So this is showing those metrics. The purple data are views from 2019. The blue data are views from 2020. There was an increase during virtual schooling during the summer. The views went back down to our normal rate of views during the summertime, and the number of views increased again during school this year as we continued with the pandemic and continued with distance learning. So now if you're an individual scientist and you don't have the production value that IRIS is able to have with a professional animator and scientists to write these videos, other scientists to do webinars, well, what can you do? Can you actually create engaging educational content using the tools that we already have at our disposal? And I'm going to tell you, yes, you can. So here's an example. Wednesdays with Wendy. I recorded 11 total episodes over 12 weeks. The length of each one of the episodes is between 4 and 8 minutes. And the objective here was to demonstrate hands-on earth science activities that could be done at home by children in grades kindergarten through about 5th. I recorded these on Facebook Live and then uploaded them to YouTube. Just took my iPhone camera, that was it. One of the real benefits of this is that the audience was able to communicate directly with me during the presentation, and they could communicate with me afterwards by leaving comments or questions. One of the cons of this is that when you upload videos from YouTube, the video quality is pretty poor. So when I had to put these onto YouTube from Facebook, it was pretty low quality. I usually had between 10 and 30 people watching live, and then between 200 and 1,700 views after that on Facebook. I've amassed between 200 and 120 views on YouTube. So some of the lessons, just I want to show you a clip so you get an idea of what it looks like.
Some mechanical weathering on our rock on the surface with this potato peeler. So I'm peeling it off into these little tiny pieces. This would be like animals burrowing around or digging, wind and rain. This could also be the action of trees. Trees go really slow, they grow real slow, but they're very, very strong. And so the roots can actually break rocks apart. So that's mechanical weathering.
So after that, I would smoosh that little packet of crayons to create a sedimentary rock, and then I would put it in a bowl of hot water so that the crayons would melt and form a metamorphic rock. You get the idea of what that would look like. So a few of the lessons learned. Definitely prepare materials beforehand and have as much of that kind of background work done before you start filming as possible. Stick to one topic at a time. I really wish that I had made more shorter videos that were more focused on one topic. Also, be aware of your background and lighting. Something that may look really good when you're just looking at it can look really strange when you're seeing it from the viewfinder. Also, make sure you go through the plan with whoever's filming so that they know what to focus on while they're filming. But the next series we're going to examine is called Going Places, and this was created by Beth Bartell. The objective was to give people travel tours of amazing geology around the world while they're staying home and being safe. The intended audience was high school students, undergrads, anyone in the interested public that might like to see some cool geology. And she would bring on special guests for every show to lead guided Google tours of an area of geologic interest. There were 20 episodes filmed, including bonus stories, volcano yoga, other specials, and the length of each episode is between 4 and 10 minutes long. These were all recorded using Zoom and then uploaded to YouTube and shared across different social media channels. So the pro of this, low tech means it's pretty easy to make, and all the tools that were needed were on most computers. One of the real pros is that the guests come up with all the content, which is awesome. And then the con is that you have no control over the guest's delivery, and you also don't know about their internet connection. We've all learned the importance of a good internet connection, right? So far, the reach for these is between 40 and 500 views on Facebook. So now I'll give you a little teaser of what these look like.
In the Ross Sea, I'm going to zoom back out here so you can see where it is. It's on this island where there's the southernmost active volcano, Mount Erebus. You'll see more about Mount Erebus in a second. I'm just going to zoom out so you can see the continent of Antarctica. Before I started working there, or rather dreaming about working there, I never really looked at the shape of the continent. You always see it spread out in a strip along the bottom of a map.
So some of the things that Beth learned by recording this, a blue screen or a green screen in some cases could really help for better background quality. Of course, good internet connection is a must. Writing out an outline to help guide the discussion can be really handy, and posting across multiple social media feeds really helps to increase reach because LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, all of these platforms reach different audiences, so it's important to post to each one. So now we're going to talk a little bit about Rock du Jour by Callan Bentley and the Mini Professor. The objective of this show was to show and explain different types of rocks and how they form, and to tell the hidden stories in rocks. The secondary objective for Callan was to give his school-age sons something positive to do where he felt good about himself and could experience some virtual interaction. The intended audience were students in grades 5 to 12, undergraduate students, and the interested public. They made 20 episodes, all of them done with the assistant mini professor, and the length of each episode is 1 to 4 minutes. Most of the episodes were shot using the camera app on the PC, but the field-based episodes were shot using a Canon DSLR. They were then edited using the PC Photos app. All of these were then uploaded to YouTube and shared across social media. The pros, again, simple, low tech, low complexity. Callan noted that one of the cons was that there's not quite as slick as some of the videos with voice overlays, annotations, things like that. But again, it's a cost-benefit relationship. How much time and effort and money are you willing to spend on the editing software? So that's just something to consider. The reach for this show, between 70 and 275 views on YouTube. And so now I'll show you a little teaser of Rock du Jour.
Hi, welcome to Rock du Jour. Here it is.
No. Here it is.
No, here it is.
No, mine is the Rock du Jour.
No, mine is.
Mine is the Rock du Jour.
Mine.
Well, what did you even bring? Anyhow, let me see that thing. Oh, well, you know what? By a happy coincidence, we brought the same rock. All right? So here it is. This is a really exciting sort of composite rock. Both Baxter and I brought round cobbles, go ahead and take yours back, of quartz sandstone. And these cobbles have these interesting little tubes that run through them, little soda straw shaped features. But they look like tubes. So they have
They look like wormholes.
Well, that's what they are, right? So you're interpreting them there, that they're wormholes. There's some organism that burrowed through this sand before it was turned to sandstone.
Oh, don't you just love the Mini Professor? I love the Mini Professor. So some of the lessons learned and advice from this show, think things through beforehand and then rehearse that plan, particularly if you have a wonderful co-host. A more robust editing program could have resulted in better videos, particularly the ability to do voiceover, so something to consider. Also, filming 3 or 4 episodes at once and then editing them over the course of a few days to create a stockpile of episodes. That way you can upload them to YouTube and then set them to publish at a specific time, which helps it to feel more like a TV show. And I really love this quote. My favorite parts were when my son would crack a spontaneous joke. It made me very happy. I've watched all those episodes. It made me very happy too. There were additional shows that were similar to these and differed in the particulars, but were also very effective. For instance, Janine Krippner would do volcano moments where she would interview volcanologists about different volcanoes around the world, how they study them, the things we've learned. Dr. Lee would take rocks from his collection and would explain the story of the rock and why they're geologically important. So hopefully I have convinced you that you can actually make really engaging, important science content for distance learning using some of these tools we already have at our disposal. So I want to just briefly go through some of these potential platforms and how you could use those to create content. So every Gmail account comes with a free YouTube channel. You just have to set it up. So once you've done that, you can go ahead and click this little camera at the top, and you can upload a video that you've recorded on Zoom or on PowerPoint or whatever program of your choice may be, or you can go live, and that's just like live TV where whatever you say is recorded. Facebook. We've all posted things on Facebook, I'm assuming. There's actually a little icon at the bottom of a camera. If you ever want to go live on Facebook, you just click that little icon. So what things would you do on Facebook Live? It's a great way to talk about an event like, say, a hurricane or an earthquake, something that's captured the public's attention that they might want to know more about. You can lend some scientific context to that. Give a tour of your lab or facility. Give people access to spaces that they wouldn't normally have access to. This is a great resource for doing field trips. You can record yourself talking about every field trip stop and really show the importance of different things in the field. Not every student is able to go into the field for a variety of reasons, and this can really help to increase access. Do demonstrations like I did during my Facebook Lives. So these are showing examples from Instagram. Instagram is a photo and video sharing app. This is what your homepage looks like. You swipe to the left and you get another page. Of course, yours won't show Brody, but it'll have this little icon down here to go live, as well as this list at the bottom. So Instagram Live lets you record short videos. These only stay on your site for 24 hours. You can also go to Reels. This is what that page looks like. And that lets you record and edit 15-second multi-clip videos. It has really cool audio and effects and other creative tools. These also disappear after 24 hours. Finally, TikTok. This is one of the newer apps. It's a short form video sharing app that lets you create and share 15-second to about 1 minute long videos on any topic that you're interested in. So you set up your account. Once you're ready to create a video, you go down here and click the little plus button. Now, how are people using this? I personally haven't unloaded anything to TikTok yet, but I love their science content. It is so creative and fun. People are dancing their science. They're doing skits about science, lots of really cool demonstrations. There's lots of science challenges, and people are even doing book reviews on here. So this is really fun. It's very creative. It's a really great thing to explore. I encourage you to explore TikTok if you haven't seen it yet. So our conclusions. Really, the relatively low-tech educational content can be very engaging. It's very humanizing, and it can be a lot of fun. Some advice: plan ahead. Make an outline, practice beforehand, have the materials that you need already prepped and ready, be aware of your filming space. Some technical details: you really need good internet. We've all learned that lesson, right? If you have a green or blue screen, that can be helpful, although it's not necessary. And you can explore editing software to see what the cost-benefit relation is for you in terms of what you're willing to put into it. Advertising across multiple social media sites can really help to increase your reach and engagement. And if you do several episodes at once and then upload them at regular intervals, that can be really helpful. So please do visit us on our YouTube channels, and we're happy to take any questions. Thank you so much for your time.